letter A is what is referred to as the thick stroke. So that is that. After getting this, we move to the next one. The next one is thin stroke. So once you identify thick stroke, it is so easy for you to also identify the thin stroke. And the thin stroke are the narrow strokes of letters. And they can also be vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. So the opposite of thick stroke is thin stroke. We also mentioned serifs in our previous section. So we are saying that serifs are ornamental projections used in many kinds of typefaces like the Roman typefaces. So they are the ornamental strokes, or these are the little extra strokes that are identified on typefaces. So that is what we refer to as the serifs. The serifs. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a need for us to look at the next one, ascender. Ascender. Now let's look at ascender. The ascender, if you want to look at the meaning of ascender, this will help us a lot. Ascender. Ascender. So ascender, it's the rising part of a letter which is above the X line. So we can see X line over here. All right. So this is the X. All right. This is the X height. This is the X height over here. So the X height, this particular line and this line is known as the X height or the mean height. Basically, most of them, alphabets which are in small letters fall within the X height or the mean height. Now, any letter that part of it, all right, rise above the X height to touch the cap line, is known as ascender. So part rising above X height. So example, B, H, D are all ascenders. So that is that. Then let's look at descender. So we are saying that descender is the part of the vertical stroke that extends below the baseline of lowercase letters. So they are the parts dropping below the baseline. So let's look at the baseline. Where is the baseline located? So we have the baseline, okay? This is the baseline. So any letter that fall, all right, below the baseline is known as descender. So we have G, we have P, we have Q, and many more. All right. Please put your questions down. When I'm done, you would ask your question. Then we now move to the next one, which is counter. Counter simply means an enclosed space. So this is an open space within a letter. This space can be fully enclosed. So if you look at the P, all right, enclosed space. So if you look at the O, the P, and the B, enclosed space is known as counter. All right. So we also have the U and the N. All right. The open space is known as the counter. Then we look at the loop. The loop. Loop. Okay. So the loop, we are looking at the rounded portion of letter, such as P, D, and B. So the curve, okay, the curve, that is what we call the loop. That's what we call the loop. All right. Then we now move to the arm, the arm of a letter. What is the arm of a letter? The arm of a letter, that is the horizontal strokes of uppercase letters. The horizontal stroke of uppercase letters. So that is the arm. So we can see examples of that, which is there for our perusal. The arm. So it is there for our perusal. Now we move to the next one. We move to the next one, which is the bar. Horizontal stroke in letters like the A, the bar that crosses it. A, H, and T. So that is the bar. Then we look at the link. What is the link? Okay, so the link, when we're talking about script typeface, we realize that there was a stroke connecting two letters. So in script, just like a calligraphic way of writing or cursive way of writing, we saw some link connecting two letters, and that is what we call the link. Then we come to the loop. So what is the loop? So the loop is the lower portion of some lowercase letters like G, like this part. Okay, the lower portion, like the G. All right, like this. Okay, that is the loop. Then we come to the shoulder. The shoulder. Then we say the shoulder is the curved stroke or part of letters such as M. Look at the shoulder, just like human shoulder. So you can see the shoulder, this part. So that is the shoulder of a letter. That is the shoulder of a letter. So we have the M, N, and H, and many more. All right. Then we come to the spine. What is the spine? So the spine, we looked at the main curved stroke of the lower part of the letter S, this one. Okay, the lower part of the capital letter S, the curved stroke. That is what we call the spine. Hairline. Hairline is a thin stroke, usually common to serifs, type style. So when we're looking at the serif types, we realize that we have the hairline, we have the beak, okay? We have the square, we have the hairline. So hairline is just a faint line, a very faint line, okay? Usually found in serifs. So that is hairline. Then we look at the spar. The spar, he said the spar is a small projection of the main stroke found on many letters such as F. So the small projection, this small projection, okay, this small projection, the spar. So this part, okay, this side, all right, this side, okay, the F, that's what you call the spar. Okay. Then we come to the stem. The stem, vertical or inclined stroke that hold the bar. Okay. A vertical or inclined, like the A and so on. A. All right. So that is the stem. All right. Then we come to the swash. Swash. So that is the flourished design, all right, replacing a terminal or serifs. They are found in the upper case of letter Q. So this side is what we are looking at, this part, okay, where my cursor is showing. All right, that's the swash. Then we come to the tail. The tail, a descender of the uppercase letter. So this one, that is the tail. The tail. Then we come to the terminal. The terminal. Is it the terminal? The end stroke, the end of a stroke, not terminated with serifs. The end of a stroke, not terminated with serifs. So we know serifs. So before the serifs come, the end part is what is known as. So let me see. Before the stroke, okay. All right. So like this part, you can see the eye. You can see the serifs over here. Okay, the serifs at this side and the serifs at the other side. So we call it terminal. Okay, then we have the X height. I've already explained the X height, a line, all right, between the baseline and the cap line, all right, waistline, sorry, the baseline and the waistline. So that is what is known as the X height or body height. Then we come to the baseline. So before the baseline, let me show you the various lines that will help you to get it better. So in writing letters, we have 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this line, the 2 lines, all right, will basically take the lower cases like A, all right, C, M, M, all right, then E, E, then N, then O, all right. It falls between the waistline and the baseline. So this is the baseline. So the baseline where those letters rest, that is the A, C, M, E, N, O, where they rest is known as baseline, and where they touch is known as the waistline. So we have the baseline and the waistline. The letters that is seen above, okay, above the waistline, all right, above the waistline touches what we call the cap line. So the cap line is meant for capital letters. Capital letters. So capital letters, we can begin to write it A, P, C. They all touch the capital letter and rest on the baseline. Rest on the baseline. Then we come to the drop line. Drop line, all ascending letters, all ascending letters, all descending letters, all descending letters, like P, G, all right, J. I'm talking about the small or the small letters, or what we call the lowercase letters. P, J, T, they all touch the drop line. So these are the lines that we have. So we have the drop line, we have the baseline, we have the waistline, we have the cap line, we have the X height or the mean height. So that is what we would look at. So we were looking at what shoulder means, so we can see shoulder over here. We can see shoulder. We can see counter. That is the open area. It can be closed or enclosed. Then we look at the loop. Okay, look at the loop. All right. Then we also look at the thick and the thin stroke. The thick and the thin stroke. So we have the serifs, we have the crossbar over here, we have the swash, we have the spare, all right, we have the tail, we have the bar of the T, all right, then we have the terminal. So the terminal, we said that it has two serifs, okay, or even before the serifs come, that is what we call the terminal, and we have the stem as the body. Okay, so that is the part of letters. Now, any question before we move to constituent of typefaces? Any question before we move to constituent of typefaces? Any question? All right. So once we do not have question, there's a need for us to proceed to the constituent of typeface. The constituent of typeface. Someone should read. Please, let's go. The first person should do the reading. Let's go. Quickly. Don't waste time. 1, 2.
Constituents of typeface.
All right.
Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Let's go.
Technically speaking, a typeface refers to a complete set of characteristics that have unique and distinct identity, as described in the 6 major classifications. It must be noted that the set of characteristics that constitute a particular typeface come in the following forms, styles, and fonts.
Great. So we are saying that we already know that there's a need for us to look at what is coming together to form what is known as the typeface. All right. What is coming together? All right. The constituent. If you say the constituent, what is coming together to form a typeface? And so we are saying that the typeface is the overall design, all right, the overall design of a particular character, the overall design. So typeface refers to a complete set of character, all right, that have their unique and distinct identity, okay, and we describe it in the 6 major classifications in our previous lesson. So we must know that the set of characters that constitute a particular typeface come in the following forms. So we have stars, the following forms. We have stars and font. Stars and font. So we want to look at what a style is so far as typeface is concerned. So if you say the style of a typeface, the style of a typeface, what do we mean? Please read. Please read.
Styles of a typeface. Styles of a typeface. Style in this content refers to the appearance of a particular typeface, which is always suggested in the thickness, weight, or orientation position of a particular style. It must be emphasized that every typeface is produced in a variety of styles, but each of the styles maintain the unique identity of the typeface. For instance, all styles of Roman typeface have serifs, thick strokes, and thin strokes, and all styles of sans serif typeface do not have serifs. The following
The network is worrying. So we are saying that if we talk about style, we are in this context of a typeface, we are looking at the appearance of a particular typeface. All right, the appearance, how it looks. All right, the look of a typeface, the look of a particular character. All right, which is always suggested, all right, in the thickness, the orientation. So we are looking at the weight, the orientation, that is the position all right, that is coming together to form the star.
Okay.
So we would say that the star is the variations, like how bold, italic, condensed, all right, how bold, italic, condensed, okay, light, medium, okay. It's just like seeing a human being and looking at appearance of human beings, looking at the appearance of human beings. So if you are looking at the appearance of human beings, some are, thin, some are, what's the name? Cute. Some are fat. They say we shouldn't call them fat. We should make it romantic and say the person is stout, but the person is fat. Okay, all right. So if someone is fat, someone is lanky. Okay, so the same way if you are talking about letters too, we are looking at the appearance, how they look. Okay, some people prefer big bodies. Some people also prefer slim things. Some people also prefer those things. So just like the letters are, we also have the star. So the first star is medium star. So medium stars. So let's look at this. So we have the stars over here. These are the stars of area. These are the stars of area. So if you are looking at a place, if you are not contributing, kindly put your mic off, please. All right. Good. So we say medium star. Medium star. Another name for the medium star is, I said, this is regular or conventional stroke thickness given to a particular kind of typeface. So let's quickly look at the stars that we have so that you understand it better. So if a letter looks like this, okay, we call it normal. It is normal. Okay. If it is like this, we call it bold. The letter is bold. That is the star. If it is appearing this way, okay, there's a bit of thickness. There is extra bold. If it is thick but elongated, okay, elongated, we say it is what? Expanded. If it is a bit thick and it has been, pulled up, we say it, or it has been a bit compressed, we say it is condensed. Then if it is slanted, we say it is italic. So that is the stars. That is the stars. Then we look at the font. So let's look at the font. So we say stars, the constituent of typeface is made up of star and font. So the font basically is the specific size and style of typeface. Okay, the specific size and style of a typeface. So that is what we want to look at. Now let's look at someone should read, starting from every style of a typeface. Let's go.
Every style of a typeface is also produced in assortments of characters, which are combined conveniently to generate a word or sentence that develop and build correct and meaningful communication. For
Okay, so we are
instance,
saying that it's okay. So we are saying that every style of a typeface is also produced in assortment. So for instance, okay, we have different types of rice. Okay, we have fried rice, goes with its accompaniment. We have jollof, goes with its accompaniment. We have plain rice, goes with its accompaniment. Okay, so the typeface too every style of a typeface is also accompanied by its, things that must be accompanied, or the assortment of the characters. All right. So we said these are combined conveniently to generate words. So we put those things that are together, those things that are familiar to each other, the letters that are familiar to each other, put it together to form what is word, what is sentence, okay, to build, a correct sentence for effective communication. Let's go. For instance,
proper nouns must be formed with uppercase and lowercase characters. Postal
okay, so it means
addresses.
that, Judith, it's okay. It's okay. So it means that uppercase is one of the assortments. Okay. So it is a font. Okay. So uppercase, that's the font. All right. We have lowercase, we have the numerals, and so on. Okay. Punctuations. So these are fonts of the typeface. Okay. Font of typeface. Now, let me prompt you in case I go off. It means that there's light out over here. They are prompting me. So I need to also prompt you. Okay, so let's quickly do that quickly, and we will not experience any doomsday today. So that is it. So please proceed for me.
Postal addresses must be formed with alphabets and numerals and so on. A font consists of 4 different characters, namely upper cases, lower cases, numerals, and punctuation marks. It is the
Great. So if you're
assortment.
looking at font, we are looking at upper cases, lower cases, numerals, and punctuations. That is why I say a specific size and style of a typeface. Remember, a specific size and style of a typeface. So you can write it somewhere down. It's not here, but I'll just summarize it for you. It's a specific, size and style of a typeface. Okay, let's go.
It is the assortment of a particular style of a typeface that is referred to as a font. It must be emphasized that these family of type come in series of sizes ranging from 6 points to 72 points for movable or foundry type. Figure 1.44 at elements of
Okay,
a
so
font.
all that we are saying that the sizes of letters can range from 6 point to 72 point. So the 6 point will give you the smallest, this is 0.12. What you are reading right now is 0.12. So it can reduce to 9, 10, and so on. And it can also rise up to 72. That is what it means. So let's go.
Family of typeface. This refers to a range of sizes in which a particular style or type of typeface is produced. For example, the biggest and the smallest point sizes produced in foundry type are 72 points, 6 point and 6 points respectively. It is this range of sizes that are referred to as the family of a typeface. Please find a copy of Letter Set, a book containing different styles of a typeface.
Okay, so you don't need a copy of that. This is the computer. So you take the word and you are typing. You select your font size. And you are good to go. So that is so fantastic about the section. So in this section, we discuss parts of letters and their unique characteristics. We also discuss the constituents of typefaces and use vivid illustration to describe the parts and constituents. These constituents are styles, font, and family of typefaces. So these are self-assessment questions for you. You say you should state 5 parts of letters, define each of the following terms used in typography, style of typeface, font, and family of typeface. So you are supposed to do that on your own. All right, so quickly, let's move on to section 5 of unit 1. Section 5 of unit 1. We are looking at tools that we use for lettering. tools that we use for lettering. We have been writing from KG, okay? So at least there are some tools and materials that you already know. So we wouldn't waste much time over here. So tools and materials for lettering, for writing, okay? So if you are writing, what are the tools and materials? So we have HB pencils. So for hand lettering, we are looking at HB pencils, okay? Pencils, all right? Okay, so you know HB pencils. So there's no need for us to, whatever. You know, pair of compass already, pair of dividers, protractor, metric rule, measuring tape, drawing board, sharpeners. So these are the tools. French curve. You know what's called French curve? Okay, so I'll be putting French curve on your platform. We said all of you should be on the platform, but I can see only 18 people on the platform. So once you decide not to be on the platform, it means that is your own choice. So I am putting the French curve, what a French curve is, on a platform for you to see. So we are looking at French curve. So they say French curve is what? French curve. So let me first and foremost give you the French curve. French curve. If you're not on the platform, try as much as possible to be on the platform for your own good. Okay. So I'm sending it on your platform right away, so that I can make reference to. So that is a French curve. French curve. French curve. Okay, so I've posted it on your platform, French curve. So we said they are plastic rulers designed in a special shape. All right, so it's having different series of shapes. Okay, and so it's used to draw curves. All right, curves, arcs, when you are constructing letters. Then we have templates. Okay, the template is also plastic. All right, this having, you know, geometrical shapes like the circles, like the F. You know, when you buy masset, that plastic, you know, plate, that plastic plate on top of the masset having, you know, cut out shapes on it. That is what we call template. Template. Then we have spray diffuser. So the spray diffuser, I'm also going to put the spray diffuser over there for you to look at. What is a spray diffuser, so that you know what a spray diffuser is. Spray diffuser. All right. I quite remember after our first lesson, the gentleman said you should send your contacts so that he would add you. Then some people decided not to send it. One, if we are putting some works over there, all right, tasks over there for you to do, and you are not doing it, that is, it will affect you. So please, this is spray diffuser. This is an example of spray diffuser. Spray diffuser. All right, I've sent it. Spray diffuser. So now we have the two types. What I've sent you is one of it. All right, one is having a plastic container under it. Okay, that has the paint. So we use it to spray or blow. All right, we blow the air from one end of the pipe, all right, in a high pressure to siphon the color and upwards the container through a gravitation force All right, so we blow it onto a paper. Then we have lettering brushes. Lettering brushes. So we have brushes. Okay, that one you know it. You have used brush before. If you have not used brush before, visit the nearest shop to brush. So that one, there's no way that I'm going to download because you know what brush is. So we have brush, and now we have two major types of brushes that we use over here in lettering. We have the sable brush and the bristle brush. The sable brush is the soft one, and the bristle one is the hard one. Bristle one is the hard one. So that is that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the materials. So the materials, we have the manila paper. Please, there is no paper called A4 sheet. Get it? Get it? Today, don't go and deceive anyone in this world that there is a paper. You send your little sister, you send your little brother, you send your student or someone that, oh, can you buy A4 sheet for me? Please, it is abomination. It is a sacrilege. There is no paper on earth called A4 sheet. All the papers on earth are cut into sizes. So the size, a size of a paper could be A4. So the A4, you are referring to the size of a particular paper. Okay, so we can have A4 manila paper, which is a sheet of paper. Okay, we have art card, can be A4, can be A3, can be A2. Okay, then we have bond paper, what we have been referring to as A4 sheet, A4 sheet, A4 sheet, which is white. All right, that you normally use when you want to print. All right, or do some photocopy. What you print on, or what you normally use is what is known as bond paper. It is not referred to as A4 sheet. The name is what? Bond paper. Then we have newsprint for printing of newspapers. All right, we have detail paper, tracing papers. All right, you can get all. Then we have erasers. Okay, erasers. Then let me ask you a question for all of you to answer. When can a tool be referred or be considered as a material? When can a tool be considered as a material? Yes, Judith, your hand is up.
A tool can be referred to as a material when it forms part of the work.
That's
An
great. That's
example is
fantastic. Good job.
yeah.
Good job. Good job.
So an
Example. Give
example
me an
is
example.
a pencil or a
Uh,
pen. Yeah.
okay. So we will say, okay, so a typical example, crayon. A typical example is crayon. All right. The crayon is a tool. But when the crayon is entirely exhausted into the work and forming part of the work, so that the final work you can see it forming part of the final work, then that tool becomes a material. Because tools do not form part of the final work, materials form part of the final work. But a tool can become a material when the whole tool is exhausted into the final work of the final product. Okay, exhausted into the final product. That is so fantastic. Good job. All right. Now, so that is it. So we are done with section 5 of unit 1. Then let's go to section 6. So measuring conventional sizes of typeface and measuring types. That's what we want to look at. All right. That's what we want to look at. So we are going to look at sizes. Now, let me explain it. Please, sorry. Are we off? Are we off? Can you see me?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
we can
sir.
hear you.
Yes.
But can you see my
Presentation.
slide?
Yes, yes.
Yes, can you
Yes,
see?
please.
Yes, yes, we can see
Yes,
you.
Yes,
sir.
please. We can see it.
Hey, I can't see anything. Hey, assembly. All right. Okay, once you can see me, we thank God that you can see me. No, let me do something. Let me do something. Let me do something. Let me start the presentation and come again. Okay. So let me quickly do that. I mistakenly pressed something and I couldn't see any of you again. Oh, what is happening? Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes, please.
Okay, if you can see it, let's proceed. So we want to look at determining conventional sizes. So what are the sizes and the measuring types? Okay, type sizes are measured in points. Okay, so we say that we measure types in points. Okay, we measure types in points. All right, and pickers, point and pickers. So the standard unit measured, all right, unit measurement used in typography. Okay, just like the way we have centimeters, we have millimeters. Okay, we also have it in points and pickers when it comes to what's the name, typeface. Okay, so the picker can be divided into 12 equal parts, okay, known as the point. Okay, all right, so there are 12 points in one picker and 72 points in 1 inch. Okay, so the typography rule, all right, the typographer's rule used for measuring point and picker is called line gauge. All right, so there are two basic type size system used in typography. So we have the foundry size system and the electronic, type size system. So the foundry, the type range from 6 point to 72. However, larger sizes are available for bigger headlines and posters. All right. So we have the foundry and the electronic or the computer one. Then the electronic one, that is what you normally see on whenever you open your laptop or your computer and you're using Word or whatever. So that one is used in desktop publishing. However, uses different unit measurements. Okay. So we have measurements such as millimeters, centimeters, inches, points, and picker. Most typesetting software permit the operator to adjust the standard size, electronically to larger sizes that are not in the standard size. So we can, in the electronic one, that is a computer one, we can increase our size, especially when we are doing billboard and we want the size to be very big, the letters to be very, very big. Because if you are doing billboard, you need a very large, font size. So that one, we can use computer to do it, but the foundry one ends at 72. All right, so that is that. Then we look at the bold. All right, so we said that in typography, the sizes of types are grouped into two according to the specific rules type. All right, types play in copy. So we have the bold and the bold or text type. The bold or text type. So these refer to sizes of typeface that range from 6 point to 16 points. So we call them, they are bold. So 6 to 16 points. are referred to as bold or text type. So that is what we use in reading, all right, in reading text, informing most of our text. Okay, the standard, so it is used to build the body of a text. So what we are seeing over here, all right, some are ranging from 6, just like you can see some of them here, the inscriptions, some of them are here. Okay, we can see it here. All right, some are small, some are very big. So it ranges from 6 point to 16 points. All right, so the standard point for body test, normally for every body test, every inscription that is printed in the form of your book or whatever, the standard one is, the size is 0.12, okay, or 12 points. So it is used for general reading materials like the newspapers, books, magazines, handouts, and so on. Then display types, we have the display types. They are larger than 0.18. They are used for headlines, captions, posters. Okay, so that is it. Then sizes of letters. So we say size in this context refer to the width size of letters. Basically, letters can be constructed into 3 different widths. Yes, so letters, whenever we are constructing letters, we look at it from 3 different width sizes. So we are going to look at the 3 different sizes over here. Okay, all right. So the normal size, the normal width size of letters. Okay, so which ones are the normal ones? Is that these are universally approved width size for some conventional letters. Below are the normal width sizes of letters of upper cases. Okay, so let's look at the normal width size for block letters. Okay, so we can ask you, letter A will take how many? All right, I wish I can draw something for you to see, but if I want to draw it, it's going to, let me see whether I can do something. Let me see whether I can do something for you to see. So that you understand. We use blocks, okay? We use blocks for letters. So let me open Word and see whether I can help you get it better. Let me try something, get to you right now. Please, can you see my Word? Can you see my Word?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So when we are constructing letters, okay, so let's do something. Okay. So when we are constructing letters, we draw lines. Okay. We draw lines this way. We draw lines this way. 1, 2, 3. Then we cross it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So these are the blocks. Okay. I'm drawing the blocks for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the last one, let me see. Okay. So let's take letter, it said A is 3 by 5. 3 by 5. So it means that it's going to letter A is going to cover 3 boxes, all right, 3 boxes horizontally and 5 boxes vertically. So let's look at the A. So what is the first one? So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have, if you are looking at it vertically, how many boxes do we have over here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boxes. So if you are looking at it horizontally, sorry, this is horizontally. So horizontally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vertically, 1, 2, 3. So if you want to write A, letter A, it goes this way. So from this end to 5. Okay, this is 1 bar. Okay, then we have another bar over here. Then we have another one. Then we have, so from 5, we are writing letter A. Then we have this. Okay. Then we have this one. So that is letter A. So you can see the letter A this way, this way. This is letter A. As you cannot see, I'm shading it for you to see. Shading it for you to see. All right, so we have seen letter A over here, occupying what? 3 by 5 spaces. 3 by 5 spaces. So it's occupying how many squares? 15 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So ladies and gentlemen, that is what we are talking about. Or it can also occupy 4 by 5. So take note of that. Those that are 3 by 5, they are B, C, D, E, F, G, H. All right. Then J, K. I say K can be a 3 by 5 or 4 by 5. Then L, okay, L. Then we have N. N can also be 3 by 5 or 4 by 5. Then we have O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, W, U, V. So the V2 can be 3 by 5 or 4 by 5. Then we have X, Y, Z, and the Y can also be 3 by 5 or 4 by 5. X can also be 3 by 5 or 4 by 5. Then let's look at the unique ones, very unique ones. The unique ones, we are looking at W. So we have 6 by 5, 6 by 5. Then we have another unique one, I. I is only taking 1, so 1 by 5. So 1 by 5. Okay, then we have M. M is taking 5 by 5. 5 by 5. So ladies and gentlemen, that is what we are talking about over here. So the Gothic one too is different. This is the normal width sizes. Then we have the Gothic one too with sans serif or Roman. This is it. So that is the interpretation of the width or the sizes. Okay. So that is all that I have explained so far as this lesson is concerned. Any question, please, before we move to session 2 or unit 2? Any question? Any question for me?
Sir,
No question? Yeah,
please.
let's go. Ask your question, let's go.
The pure Gothic and Roman letters, are they?
I can't hear you,
are we
please.
writing-
I can't hear you. Position yourself. Please position yourself. I can't hear you well, so position yourself very well so that I can hear you. Your network is breaking.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me?
No. It's not so clear.
Can you hear me?
Come again, please.
Hello.
You speak. Let me see whether I can.
Can you
Let
hear
me
me?
identify
Okay,
whether I'll be able to hear you. You speak up, please.
Yes, I'm speaking. Pure Gothic and Roman letters. Are they the same as block and modern block letters?
Roman letters are not block letters. Okay, Roman letters are not block, and block letters are a bit different from Gothic. All right. Gothic are having, the edges are curved. Okay, so we have block letters. So the block letters on your this thing or your phrase, look out for block letters. So the name came as a result of we writing it in the block, just like what I have demonstrated. Okay, just like what I've demonstrated, we write it in block. That is why we call it block letters. We draw the squares and write it inside. That's what we call. So, but we can still write Roman, letters and Gothic letters in the block though, but that is it. They are a bit different. So you want to know the differences? They are a bit different. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, so let's quickly move to unit 2. Unit 2. Don't save. So unit 2. All right. We are moving on. That is good. Fantastic one. Today we are moving steadily and very soon. And I believe you are getting the concept. So let me proceed. So now let's look at conventional and creative lettering. So another types of lettering. So conventional and creative lettering. That's what we want to look at in unit 2. Unit 2. So unit 2, basically, we are going to look at the construction and painting of upper block letters with numerals. Construction. So it's basically practical based. Okay. Construction and painting. So you are going to demonstrate some of these things. Construction and painting of sans serifs. Construction and painting of uppercase Roman letters with numerals, principles of spacing, which is theory, principles of decorative lettering, which is also, theoretical, then construction of types of decorative lettering, inline, outline, reverse, decorative, painted. All right, so let's quickly look at this. At the end of the unit, we would be able to construct and paint letters A to Z and numerals 0 to 9 in blocks, sans serif, and Roman letters. Discuss principles of spacing, discuss the concept of decorative lettering as applied in lettering and typography, construct different types of decorative lettering, also create your own version of decorative lettering. So let's pay attention as we do that. So one, we want to look at an exercise over here by the end of the, so we want you to construct letters, okay? Construct uppercase letters A to Z using the blocks, just like the way I have done, okay? Using the blocks, using the correct sizes that we have given, like 3 by 5, 1 by 5, 4 by 5, 6 by 5, and so on. So you are going to do that using the following materials or tools. But if you don't get the manila card, if you don't have manila card, you can use the bond paper. So you do it nicely and show it to us at the appropriate time. So that is it. So I just demonstrated it. So this is an example of how there you are going to paint it. You do one, all right? After that, you would paint the other one for us. So that is it. So you can follow the procedure in doing it. But I've just demonstrated it for you to see. You draw boxes first. You draw all the boxes. We have been doing it, back at JHS and primary school. You see that we draw boxes in our distance throughout. Then we draw or construct the letters A to Z in it. So that is it. Then we come to the construction of uppercase again, this time sans serifs. So the sans serif, we don't want to see any serifs this time. Try your hands on it. I'm not going to engage you with all this. Just pick one. Just pick one and demonstrate it. Okay, just pick one and demonstrate it. Either the first one or the second one. Either the first one or the second one. Just pick one. That is the practical activities. Just pick one and do that for us. All right. Then the third one is Roman. Roman, this thing, Roman. So you can pick the block, you can pick sans serif, or you can pick Roman. The one that you feel you can do it better, just do it for us. Okay. So that is example of Roman. You see that the Romans are having serifs. The Gothic are not having serifs. But the block, all right, the block is also different from the Gothic is having curves, all right. So this one, you can do the Roman too. Then let's quickly look at, before you'll be able to do construct nicely for readability and legibility sake, there's the need for you to quickly look at spacing in letters so that your letters will not be so clumsy. There's the need for you to look at spacing in lettering and visual communication. So let's look at spacing. What is spacing? Someone should read it for us. What is spacing in lettering? What is spacing in lettering? Someone should read.
This is the art of
Spacing. This is the art of.
No, so is it Judith? Is it Judith who is still reading? All right,
Yes, sir.
Judith, you have done good job. You have read so well. So let's give the opportunity to someone to read. Thank you so much for reading. Thumbs up for her. That is good job. All right. So a gentleman would read this time. Yeah, a gentleman will read. Please, spacing. Proceed.
This is the art of leaving gaps or intervals between letters.
No, if your network is not good, relax for us. If your network is not good, we will not worry you to read. Someone whose network is good, read it for us so that we can move quickly and steadily. Don't forget, I told you that contribution and participation is key to your CA. So if refusal to read means that you are not going to get any CA for that. Judith, please read. We don't have time. Read. Let's go.
Spacing.
Let
This
me
is the
try
art
again.
of
No,
this
Judith. No, Judith, please. Once we give you the opportunity and you are not able to read, when it's time for us to award marks for assessment, I can tell you that you will not get any marks over there. So those who are passive, because I told you that on this platform, we have to be very active. So everybody is entitled to read. So Judith, please read. Let's go quickly.
This is the art of leaving gaps or intervals between letters, words, and sentences. To achieve mastery in lettering students must have adequate knowledge in the rule of thumb.
Okay, so spacing simply means gaps, leaving gaps or interval between letters. Okay, then there is a rule of thumb over here. Okay, so we have rule of thumb principle. What is it? Yes.
Okay, rule of thumb. Rule of thumb is the principle of spacing letters, words, and sentences in lettering and typography in which all spaces appear optically equal. There are two major categories of spacing applied in lettering. We have the
Okay,
mechanical
so
spacing.
we have the mechanical spacing and that of the optical spacing. So the mechanical spacing, what is mechanical spacing? If you're talking about mechanical spacing, what is it about? Please, let's go.
This is a kind of spacing in which equal physical measurements are left between letters, words, and sentences, irrespective of the shape of individual letters meeting one another. This
All
kind
right.
of spacing is very cheap and easy as such. It is mostly preferred by young and amateur letterers. Even though mechanical spacing is easy, it is wrong. It is a wrong method of spacing letters as compared to optical spacing. Mechanical spacing creates disunity in the letters used in words and sentences and also creates inconsistencies in reading. It is therefore not accepted in professional practice.
Great. So mechanical spacing, we said, is for amateur. Okay, it is no matter the nature of the letters, the intervals are the same. So the intervals are the same. So from letter T to A, the space same. A to V, same. V to O. So if it is 1 centimeter, it is 1 centimeter throughout. We are not considering the nature of it. So we call it mechanical. And this mechanical spacing is not the best. It's not the best because it doesn't, encourage readability and legibility. So we can see that the words are so clustered. Okay. So that is mechanical spacing. All right. Now let's look at optical spacing. Optical spacing. What is optical spacing?
Optical spacing. This is the art of using one's eye to space or leave gaps between letters, words, and sentences during lettering according to the shape of the letters meeting each other or ending words in a sentence. With
Okay,
optical
pause there,
spacing,
pause there, pause there, pause there. So unlike the mechanical spacing that is defined, 2 centimeters is 2 centimeters. No matter the nature, the character of the letter is still 2 centimeters. Optical space, we are using the eye. Your eye should be able to judge whether the spacing is right or not. So use your eye, you consider the letter, you consider the words, you consider the character of the letter and space the letters or the words or sentences. Okay, so in this case, you will know that, okay, if maybe I'm spacing O and P to be O and P, O is having round shape and P is straight. So O and P, if I use 1 centimeter, it will be too close. So instead of using 1 centimeter, that one I'll use maybe maybe 1.5 centimeter, so that it wouldn't be like it is touching each other. Then maybe if I look at maybe L and P, I can say, okay, L and P, L is having a space within. Okay, L is having a space within. P is straight. So maybe instead of 1.5, I'll use 1. So it is my eye that is guiding me to space it out. That is what we call optic. Optic means eye. Optical spacing, a spacing that is guided by the eye. Thank you so much. So let us proceed quickly.
With optical spacing, the spaces left between the letters must not take the same physical measurements. Rather, they must be given to appear optically equal. Optical spacing is completely opposite to mechanical spacing. It is a bit difficult in practice than mechanical spacing.
So if you don't have good sense of judgment, if your eyes are not good, you cannot do proper optical spacing. So sometimes you have to squint your eye and see whether if you put these letters or words together, it will be legible and readable. So that is good sense of judgment. All right. It's not defined, just like mechanical. Please proceed.
It is a bit difficult in practice than mechanical spacing. As such, amateur letters found it extremely difficult to apply in their works. Optical spacing can be mastered through self-discipline, constant practice, and through understanding of the principles of letter spacing. Good optical spacing facilitates easy reading of words, creates unity and consistency in the letters. It also enhances the beauty and the communicative power of the words or sentences. There are 3 main types of optical spacing, and each is guided by a specific rule of thumb.
Great. So that is it. So let's come to letter spacing. So we have letter spacing. Then we have what is known as word spacing and line spacing. So we are looking at letter spacing, the 3 main types of optical spacing. All right. So the 3 main types, we have the letter spacing, we have the word spacing, and we have what is known as line spacing. So what is letter spacing? Letter spacing. So let me quickly go there. So when you are looking at the letters, you are saying that the letter spacing, you are bringing gap between letters when constructing. So for instance, N and D, N is a letter, D is a letter. So how to bring gap, how to bring space within. Okay, so let's look at the principles when we are dealing with letter spacing. The principles are many. You can read it on your own. All right. Okay, so for instance, when 2 straight-sided letters meet, please always take note of principles of letter spacing. There are many. All right. When 2 straight-sided letters meet, what are the 2 straight-sided? For instance, N is straight, D is straight. He said the gap should be widened. The gap should be widened. Why should the gap be widened? Why should the gap be widened? Because they are 2 straight, they may appear narrow. And when they appear narrow, it may appear like they are touching each other. So when you are spacing it, you space it wider. When 2 straight-sided letters meet. So for instance, N and D, H and R, H and L, H and D, H, B. Okay. Principle 2. And the letter spacing. When straight-sided letters meet, when a straight-sided letter meet with a curved or circular letter, the gap should be slightly close. Why should it be slightly close? As I indicated earlier, O and L O is like O is full, all right? O is full, is bloated. So if O is full and bloated, now let me expand this in for you to see. Okay, look at the O. Okay, what is the name given to this side of the O? Who would mention the name given to this side of the O? Anatomy. What is the name given to this side of the O? Yes, who knows? Are you online or you are offline?
They say we are online.
Yeah,
Hey, you are
Look,
online. You can tell.
look,
We have
look,
explained this. Yeah, that's low. Please don't forget
look.
anything that we learned over here. So look at the loop. So you see, that is the curve part. We can't be calling it curve. It has a name. Look at the loop. So this part is called what? What is this? The L. This part is called what? The L. This part is called what?
Stem.
stem.
That is the stem. All right. So now when you look at the loop and the stem is straight and the loop is bent. So if you do not bring it closer and you want to go by the same way like the two straight-sided distance, is instead of ola, it will be o-la. Okay? O-la. Instead of ola. It will be O-la. Once it is O-la, it means that because of the loop of the O, it has been separated too much from the L. So you must bring it closer. So that is what will make it readable. Okay. Now let's go to unit 3, principle 3. When straight-sided letters meet with an open one, the gap can be normal or slightly close, like A and E, A and L. So you can see that the A is slanted. Okay, is slanted. Straight-sided letters meet with an open. Okay. So which one too is straight? A is slanted. I is I is straight. Okay. Open. The open ones are L. Okay. So when they meet, it should be normal. Okay. Then 4. When letter I meets a straight-sided letter, the gap must be extremely widened, because else, if it's not widened, the I will be swallowed. Don't forget that I will just take 1 by 5 squares. 1 by 5 squares. So if you don't bring it closer, the other letters will swallow it. So it must be widened, open. Then principle 5. When two curved or circular letters meet, two curved or circular letters meet, the gap must be extremely close, like O, so OOH, O. As if you don't bring it closer, extremely closer, you call it OOH, instead of sounding O. All right. So letter 6, principle 6. When circular letters meet with angular letters, the gap must overlap, just like the way it is over here. 7. When two angular letters meet, the gap must overlap or be slightly close, like just like the way it is here. All right. So you are getting the idea now. All right. 8. When an angular letters meet with an open-sided letter, the gap must can or overlap. All right. So that is it. So we have this over here. So now looking at the optical spacing and the mechanical spacing, look at the mechanical spacing over here. and look at the optical spacing over here, you realize that this one is the correct spacing because we are not considering the a particular definite spacing, but we are considering the nature, the appearance, the character of the letters before spacing it before our eyes. So that is it. Now let's come to word spacing. Word spacing. So word spacing. So just like the name implies, we are spacing between words. That is what we are seeing over here, spacing between words. This is the art of leaving spaces or intervals between words in a sentence. So we have read one sentence word by word. So the spaces between each word is known as word spacing. The principle of word spacing states that the gap between words in a sentence, the gap between words in a sentence must not be more than the height of the letters. Must not be more than the height of the letters, or less than half of the height of the letters. So that is it. So the spaces in between must not be, so look at E and M, okay? E and M. Look at the capital, all right? T, and this thing. It says it must not be more than the height. Okay, so if this one fall right now, it must not be more and less than half. Okay, so that is the principle. Then we come to line spacing. Line spacing. What is line spacing about? So the line spacing. So line spacing is the art of leaving gap or interval between sentences vertically. So this is one space. Okay, this one too is another space. So the principle of line spacing states that the gap between two or more sentences must not be more than the height of the letters or less than the half of the height of the letter. Same over here. Okay, so that is it. So ladies and gentlemen, that is all about spacing. That is all about spacing. Then we come to section 5. Section 5 of unit 2. Section 5 of unit 2. Shall we proceed to section 5 of unit 2? Now in section 5 of unit 2, we are looking at principles of decorative lettering. Principles of decorative lettering. So let's look at, we have realized that we have decorative lettering. Decorative lettering. All right, that is what we have now. So the decorative lettering, we want to look at the principle governing it. So by the end of the lesson, you are going to explain what decorative lettering is, describe the types of decorative lettering, construct and paint types of decorative lettering, create your own version of your decorative lettering. So what is decorative lettering? Somebody should read. Read. Let's go.
The creative lettering is a
Decorative
style.
lettering is a style.
The
Decorative
one who
Style of
is having,
lettering is.
what is your name? Please read.
Please, can I read?
Proceed. Yeah, read.
Decorative
Your
lettering
name.
is a
Your name.
style of
Your name.
lettering. Please, my name is also Frank.
Okay, so Judith have read one gentleman who was struggling to read because of his network, and now you are Frank. You say your name is Frank?
Yes, please, also Frank.
Please read. All right, read quickly.
Decorative lettering is a style of lettering in which other elements such as lines, textures, shapes, colors, shadows, or objects are used to create, embellish, beautify, or emphasize letters. Various types of decorative lettering are available. The major ones are outline lettering, inline lettering, shaded lettering, reverse lettering, decorative painting.
All right, so
Should I
as the
proceed?
name implies, As the name implies, we are looking at decorative lettering. We are saying that it's a style of lettering in which elements such as lines, textures, colors, shadows, all right, are attached or are used to create it, to create the letters or to create the words or the sentences, or to embellish it, or to make it more beautiful, or to emphasize it. Okay, so that is the we are saying that we have outline, inline, shaded, reverse, decorated. So let's look at outline. So this is the outline lettering. Outline. So you see that the inner is white. So just giving us the outline. That is the outline. Okay. Then we have the inline. So you see that the outline is there. The inner part is painted, leaving a line. All right. So this is what we call inline lettering. Inline lettering. Then we have reverse. Reverse. Okay. Now the reverse. Okay. So this is a kind of lettering in which the surroundings, the negative areas are shaded or painted. So this type, we have not written this. So we didn't paint the REVERSE, but rather we painted the outside of the paper to bring out the letters. So that is reverse. Then we have the shaded. Shaded. So let's see. So this is the shaded, that one. Is that letter shading is the art of casting. Okay, letter shading is the art of casting an image or shadow to a letter or word to create illusion of three-dimensionality. So this is an example of three-dimensional. Okay, we are casting letters over here. So that's an example of drop shadow. Drop shadow. Okay, so that is it. Then we come to side shading. Side shading. So we have the drop one. We have the cast one. It's casted. So look at the drop one. Look at the drop one. Look at the cast one. Look at the shadows. So that is it. Then we have infinity. So this is also a shadow giving us, all right, infinity. So that is it. Infinity. Okay. Then we have the decorative one. The decorative one. Okay, let's see whether we have the decorative one over here. The decorative one, painting is not here. So the decorative one, what we do is that we paint the letters, all right, in strips of varying tones. Okay, so in strips of varying tones. So we can paint it using blue, yellow, red, all right. What's the outline? So if this is I, if this is letter I, if this is letter I, we can paint it with different colors, giving the background black, So that is that. That is that. So we are saying that we want to construct example of one of this. So try as much as possible to do the practical work over here. Try as much as possible to do the practical work over here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how far we could come so far as today's lesson is concerned. Thank you so much. Any question? Thank you. Any question so far as this lesson is concerned? Thank you so much.
Please, thank you for your lecture today.
But
all please, for we the first time joining our class today, can we get the link to the WhatsApp group?
Oh no, so there's someone who is responsible. The person who is responsible will reach out. Who is that? Who created the platform? Who is that person? Is the person here? Or the person didn't come today?
Actually, the link has been dropped inside the comment section, so you can check and then get it.
Okay, all right, okay. So check your comment section and whatever. Thank you so much for for applauding. So it means that you have really enjoyed today's lesson. That's so fantastic. So you surely get it. You surely get it, and that is so
Sir,
fantastic of you.
please,
So yeah,
the link they cannot be found.
the
Some of us
what?
cannot see
Yes,
the link.
please. Yes, please. Can you
Oh,
resend the link,
but
please?
please resend the link. Resend the link. Resend the link, please. Please resend the link.
Sir, if we
Right.
play it now, we can't find, we won't be able to see it again.
Is that
Of
me?
now,
I can't
we
hear
will,
you. Addison, what did you say?
if you also,
Please
if you
send the
also,
link right now.
uh,
Send the link right now. Please resend it so that they will know. Yeah, I sent it. So please. Or you add this number, you write the number and WhatsApp the person. Write the number and WhatsApp the person so that you can join the platform.
Victor
Right.
has sent the link, so you can go there and check. The link is there.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, today has been fantastic. You have done good job. As I said, try and do the practice it, and that is going to be fantastic. You are on it. You are on it. We are on it, and that is good. So I wish all of us the best. Next week we shall meet same time. See, today we didn't waste time. We didn't waste time at all. So next week exactly 4 o'clock. That's like the way we started today. We will do that so that we can be able to capture a lot. I wish all of us the best. Bye-bye for now.
Good news will locate you. 1 year will locate you. He will locate you. Husband will locate you.
Yo, hello. 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 Hello.